Strempless.
Oh,
Strempless.
and it looks like we're playing a Hot Wheels DLC. I mean, maybe I should
Fucking
change
right
that.
we are. The hottest of wheels.
Ah, shit. Web.
Give me. No, don't do it.
Every
Don't
web
change
show
it.
should start with us just typing on the keyboards.
Yeah.
This is how we do it, son.
This is how we do it, son. Let me do a little. Let me do a little bit of
Oh,
Diz.
this is episode 15. Episode 15. Ben and Harry's Variety Hour ish.
Ish. Go.
So, episode 14, I'm 900% sure is gone.
It's not cool. Not cool.
5 support emails to Beam to be told every time, hey, we're working on it. Devs are working on it. Devs are working on it. Devs are working on it. At one point they said, don't worry, we'll contact you. You don't need to contact us. And I was just like, man, I work at support. Like, I've done support my whole life.
Is this like
you
a
never
Hollywood,
say that? Yeah.
audition?
Yeah.
We'll call. We'll call you.
you.
Don't call us.
Yeah. So, and then like I was like, okay, guys, the episode is gonna disappear tomorrow. Like you have a VOD for 2 weeks and then it expires. I'm like,
right, yes.
So I'm like, am I gonna like? You have not yet to answer my question. Can you save this? They just said we're working on it. We're working on it. And it says, oh, if it goes away, it's gone. That was the reply.
Oh.
So it was just like, I'm like somewhat burnt at the bits because it's like previously it was like, hey man, they were really helpful, but they've been hiring a lot of support because they've been having a lot of issues, and I feel like the people that they're bringing on just don't give two shits, right? Like
they're like, whatever, dude.
We just gotta respond to our job is to reply to every email and make sure that we reply to every email. We don't necessarily have to answer.
Yeah, we don't
give an
actually
answer. We just gotta make sure every email gets replied to, and that's all that matters. That's the statistic.
Which is weird, it being a Microsoft-owned property, because my experience with Microsoft support has always been super, super good. Just the other day, on I think it was on Monday. On Monday, I got a card, bought, and I wanted to buy the oh shit, what was it called? A Darksiders. The Darksiders a 2-pack, because I only played like about an hour of Darksiders 1 on the 360. So I don't consider this a remaster because it's not like a game I've already played. It's like a game I've never played. So I'm like, all right,
Okay, that's how you. If that's how you want
to look. I can justify these things. All right, no more after this though, unless I haven't played it, in which case, totally make one. So I just searched for Darksiders because it wasn't on the homepage. So I just searched for Darksiders, and it was $20 for the 2-pack. And so I saw the thing that said $20, and I was like, all right, I'll just buy it. And I bought it, and only then did I realize that I had just bought Darksiders 1 as opposed to the collection. And I was like, fuck. So I, just went to support on their site and just did a live chat, and like 10 minutes later, they're like, all right, you're going to have money. Your money will be put back into your account in a couple minutes, and then you can, buy the thing that you want to buy. I was like, all right, that's awesome. And sure enough, it was there and it was done. Like it was really painless, like super painless.
I had a very similar experience. So I totally
like it. So it's kind of weird that like,
well, Beam
it
is sort of building up to their bumps, right? So it's kind of like at the same, it's yeah, you want them to get through that shit, but it's like it's not sitting well with me in terms of it's not the right base to begin with. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't you and the other thing about it is they're hiring within their community. So this guy that I've been dealing with on support is another streamer, and was a streamer here first, right?
Okay. Okay.
And just
Did
I
he okay, let's just be honest. Did he ask for a follow before he would
ah
see your he's like, now let me check my
okay.
network here. And it's
So
like, I don't see your name as a follower.
I know
I'm
this
gonna have to push this ticket to the bottom of the pile.
now. Here's the interesting twist though.
Like and subscribe.
I've I've played games with this guy, and
No.
we played the unreleased pirate
God damn,
game
don't talk to
together.
me. I don't want to talk to you.
So I know, you know, he knows me, or
Okay.
maybe he
Okay.
doesn't. Maybe he's got a bajillion followers and like
Right.
and doesn't remember playing. Under
But
the
you definitely
under
remember him.
I
That's
remember him.
that's kind of crazy.
So it can't be that dumb, but maybe I didn't leave enough of an impression. But
I'm sure you left an impression. Good or bad, I'm sure an impression was left.
playing unlisted pirate game.
I think the bad thing about this is it's a souring experience. And on top of that, when you have another issue, which I'm sure, like, there's growing pains, I'm sure there's going to be another bump. You're less likely to be like, well, I'll go to support. I'll know I know that they'll do something, they'll help me out, and instead it's like, no, I'm not gonna even bother. Like, why waste my time now? It's gone. It's gone. I hate
Well,
everybody.
yeah, it's support is a really important key. Like even if you think about like Fitbit, uh, their product is cheap, cheap as shit,
Yes. Yeah.
and the reason why they're so popular in the market is because it doesn't matter that they release a shit product, they supported the fuck out of it. Hey man, broken, it's over a year old, it's a year and a half old, here's a new one. Like they're
Yes.
shit,
Yeah.
they're shipping that stuff out left and right. So
That
it's
happened
like,
to me.
yeah,
My
uh,
flex ripped, and they're like, "Yep, we'll send you a new one. What size do you? What size are you? Go ahead."
and don't even send us back the old one. Just
No,
fucking,
they're just like, "Yep, go. Here you go. Here's a new band.
you know,
keep
they must have
keep the
fucking figured that out. They must have known. Like they must.
They had to have known. They had to have known because the thing just kind of like disintegrate. Well, I don't want to disintegrate, but the fucking thing ripped. Like, come on,
Yeah,
it's just like bad design,
Jen's on her
After a while.
third.
Yeah,
Jen's on her third one because they just like it's glued together and it just unglues and peels apart. Like it's kind of like, but you know what I mean? Like
you shouldn't sweat when you use them.
they told her that. They told her that.
How do you do that? What?
You can't.
What? I don't.
It's not made to be used all the time. It's a
Right.
step counter.
It's
So I'm not supposed to step every
you
time.
should really only use it when you're stepping.
Well, and that's not. I mean, that's not much difference in the Microsoft band, and if you think about it, because
Oh
it's
man,
like
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like it was made to be, it's not an it's not a it's a 5K running device. It wasn't made for
It's
half
a
marathons.
yes. Wait, it's a pretty damn expensive 5K running device.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I don't want to do the big runs. I'm just into 5Ks.
Yeah.
What is the most expensive tracker I can? Okay, that's
So
the one I
what
want.
has to happen is I have to be able to run half marathons a lot faster for me to be.
Yes, hey, dude,
Oh,
if you can
this
run them
one's only
super
for
fast,
elite.
this'll
This
work.
is for elite athletes only.
If you can do a half marathon in an hour, hey, I got the product for you.
uh, so so here we are back for 15.
Back for
we
15.
we
We skipped
skipped
a
a
week
week.
because speaking of half marathons, you ran the flying pig. That's awesome, man.
Yes. I hung out with Dave for a weekend, or Lotus, and he had a
Did he drink before the race? Let's be honest.
he did not drink before the race.
I'm disappointed.
Yes. But he had a conference in Washington, so he had to rent a car to drive to Washington, and they gave him like a Challenger Hellcat or like fucking
He
no, a
showed me-
Challenger Camry.
He
So
took
we
a picture of the dash and with it's so badass.
yeah.
Like,
So all weekend we drove around in this fucking car that's the big as a boat, fucking,
oh,
and
so
and
good.
on the dash, it had a gauge that was 0 to 60, and it would tell you how fast you got from 0 to 60 miles per hour, and it kept your score. Like it kept your. It's like, oh, your fastest 0 to 60 is like 5 point something seconds. It's like,
Can you reset that? Because I mean, it's a rental, so you're just like you don't want the old guy's score. You really you want all your records.
well, that's all. You don't want to return it with the record like beaten, right?
Wait a minute, I haven't seen a number that high before. Oh my
Exactly.
goodness.
But I've never seen Lotus want to get an achievement so bad in his entire life. You could give two shits about achievement points,
Yeah.
but yeah. So drove into Cincinnati, ran what was probably the hilliest fucking race of my entire life, and I'm still sore. Like this is 7 days
Really?
later, and my hamstrings still are sore. Like I just
Man, alive.
um, it's you run 12 kilometers on fairly flat through the city over a couple of bridges, which are not too much elevation. But then you hit about mile 7, which is like 11 and a half kilometers or whatever, 11 and a bit. And then it's uphill for about 4 kilometers. Uphill. And you gain, I think it's something like,
Damn.
it's like 250 feet of elevation. So it's like, okay, let's add a CN Tower climb to the middle of this race. Do you know what I mean? So for 20 minutes, you're just running uphill, and you get to the top of the hill, and you kind of curve into this park, and you look down on the city,
Oh
and
wow.
you're thinking, all right, well, you know what? We're at the top.
It's all downhill from
It's
here, baby.
we're 16 kilometers. We got 5-6 kilometers left for this race. It's all downhill. No, downhill is this. Beep, 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 up and down, up and down, up and down, all the way down. It's down, but there was a lot of ups
Sure.
going. So you get back, you get to the bottom, and it's funny. Get to the bottom and you race to the finish, and I lost the pace bunny near the top of the hill, and it was just like, oh man, my legs were just not not so much my legs because I had a lot of legs left in me when I finished the race, but my but because I think because of trying to maintain that pace going up 4 kilometers, that's up such a steep incline.
Yeah.
I was suffering, like I was having a hard time breathing or catching my
No,
breath up. So it was
that's
just
not
like,
good.
so on the downhill, you would feel like I would have caught that back, but I pushed myself really hard, and then even that night when I was trying to sleep, I was like I was having, it's like my lungs were still trying to recuperate
Oh
from that,
wow,
from pushing it.
dude.
So yeah, Jen was like, she's like, man, you're like breathing heavy, and I'm just like, yeah, because I'm still trying to catch my breath.
Shining
You know what I
mirror.
mean? So, uh, but on that course, the time I pulled, I was just like, I was super happy with this, super happy with the time, and we head to Ottawa in 2 weeks, and that's ultimately the half marathon I was training for. But this was
That's
sort of a
awesome.
tester, and I feel super, yeah,
Now, is
super
the
ready.
Flying Pig a qualifying run for the Boston Marathon, or is that?
I don't know 100%, but I tell you,
I would imagine it being all hilly. That's not the race you
yeah,
want to run to to qualify, right?
yeah, that's I
It's
can't.
like you are a fucking
I
badass.
want, yeah, and you run with the full marathon like you run for the full marathon to the top of the hill, and then at some point during the downhill they split off, and you
Okay.
and you have like 3 or 4 kilometers left, and I was like, man, I wouldn't want to get there and be like, all right, 25 more kilometers to go. Do you know what I mean?
Like, let's do
Let's
this.
do this.
Doop
I
de
was,
doop de doop doop.
yeah, I don't know who in their right mind. I had like, uh, I would like, I want to run marathons. I don't want to run that marathon. I don't think I'll ever want to run that marathon. I got my little piggy medal, which is super fucking badass, by the way. You know how most medals you get, and it's like there's a medal on the one side and flat on the other side.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the same thing on both sides. It's got the fucking pig on both sides, except
Oh, so
one
good.
part is the front of the pig and one part is the back of the pig. So it's
That's
like the
classy.
design is built on both sides. Hi, Mitzi Mitz. What's
Mitzi,
up?
Mitzi.
He decided to stay up. He was shitting on me earlier because he's like, you
Uh-oh.
guys promised me last week you'd do a show.
Oh no. Oh no.
But yeah, great race. So looking forward to the to Ottawa now for sure.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. That's
I have to ask how did Lotus fare? Because like going into it, he had some sort of weird Achilles explosion or something, and his foot was like half broken.
yeah. He tripped over something and broke his toe, and or bashed it really good, but he didn't quite. I don't think he quite said it was broken.
All right, all right, all right.
So
Hey man, you still
he his Achilles was what was really killing him. So he actually did pretty well. He came in just short, like maybe 10 minutes after me. So he did perform, but he's like,
That's amazing. Big
yeah,
ups, big ups.
Lotus did killer. War Chief, thanks for dropping by. We just started this. Hope you like talking about video games.
Video game. Of course, that is the first like 20 minutes we have not talked about a video game yet.
What's a video game?
What what is a video game? Let's talk about art.
Yeah, so let's talk about. We got 2 weeks of video games to play. Although I don't know that we played much new in the past week because there's only one thing we really played. But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say it was a bit of a rough start because I wanted to stream it on Tuesday, and of course it didn't fucking go live till like 2 o'clock my time, which is like an hour before the kids come home. Like, I'm not streaming this. Like this, I'm bummed. Um, but when it did finally come out, man alive, that Hot Wheels DLC is so good. So good. Uh, um, yeah, like right from the intro of like flying there and like doing that first run and the title card coming up, like that whole bit was just like as soon as that started, it's like, yeah, we're in it. This is going to be a good ride.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, I went through all the campaign already, and I'm slowly going through the championships now, and the Goliath race is it's bonkers. There's like a gazillion jumps in it, and I don't know how anybody could do a clean lap on that, but like, wow, it's really good. It's great. It's just fantastic.
yeah. I agree with you on clean laps. I'm having a really hard time trying to stay between the orange track and not hitting
Yes, it's
the
easy to get bumper cars, kind of like bouncing off the walls, and like the crisscross sections are just a pain in the ass. Like
yeah.
where kind of does this and comes back and like that. The tracks kind of split up, and it's just I
Well,
find I lose so much time in those.
even coming out of a 360, like a loop, you come down to the bottom of it, like you seem to be staying in the middle of the lines, but the
Yes,
last part
yes,
of it kind of curves, so it's just like you seem to be shot toward one side when you come out of one of those loop de loops. So
yeah.
it's kind of like you have to almost time it right to know
Uh,
to turn a
I
bit.
do love the spirals that have like an open end on one side
Yeah.
because there's no better feeling than knocking a drivatar off the side of the road, just gonna boop, boop, boop. Which I would imagine playing online could be treacherous. I only played a bit online and no crazy bumps off the road, but like man, it's one of those racers where like you could be in first and just a wicked bad crash and be in last. Like Forza regular like has that, but like this is one of those ones where like one bad turn and it's not like you went into a bush or anything. It's like you're off the map, like you're
Yeah,
flying
yeah,
into
yeah.
the water. It's like, oh, I'm gone. Like I gotta wait for a respawn. And Yeah, that kind of stuff. And I will say when it started, when they first announced it, their language about changing the tracks made it sound like you could make your own course.
Yeah.
And I was very excited about that. Very excited. But then when the game came out, it was like, well, you could change the stunts that are in the course. Like, well,
Not
it
quite
is
the same.
still kind of cool, but not what I wanted. Like, I want the, you know, you give us Australia, let us make a point. Like, I want to go from, Surfer's Paradise, and I want to make a course all the way to the airport. And like, that's my run. That's Zorbs's run, and then let my friends race that. Um, Kind of like what PGR 3 did when it came out. Um, but I hope that they're getting there. I hope that the next, like, Forza 4, which will be in Japan. Book it.
Is it
I'm saying it now. It's going to be in Japan.
is that an
Where
inside
else? Where
is
else
that
would it be?
is
Where
that a
else would it
Harris
be?
inside?
It's got to be Japan, right? It's got to be Japan. um, so like, I think if they do that, and then they let us say, like, okay, you can make the tracks, like, that would be the fucking best. It might be a pipe dream. It is a pipe dream, but like, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how Forza will ever eventually get there because of the outstanding graphics. But I'm with Dark Knight. Forza does totally rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, the feel of it, like the orange tracks, the spinners, you know what I mean, like the clips underneath the tracks, the
Clips.
dinosaur,
So good.
like super amounts of details. But yeah, I find it a bit um I find it a little bit more difficult
Yes.
when I think it's supposed to be easier. Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like if the track was only such and wide, and it would be easier for me to stay between the tracks. But I feel like I'm sliding all over the place.
Yeah, I feel
Uh,
like you're right. The track feels like it's wider than the roads in proper Horizon, but I still find I'm hitting the walls. And maybe it's because of, like, the road compound is, I guess,
Plastic.
plastic or whatever, and like, it's not as grippy as cement, or asphalt rather. And so, like, maybe that's what they're so it's just inherently a little bit more slippier.
The
I
the
don't know.
I drive with guidelines with the brake
Yep.
line,
Yes.
and those don't come up
No,
nearly
they
as
don't. No, they
uh,
don't.
uh, which I guess is
They're not
cool,
as helpful.
but they do come up, and then it's like it tells you to brake, but at places you don't need to brake. So it's kind of like it seems extremely broken in terms of brake line, which is fine, I guess. Like, don't
Yeah,
you
they
just
don't they don't show up on the crisscrosses, which is probably why I'm having so much trouble with those sections.
yeah.
But yeah, you're right, absolutely.
But the
Uh,
the the Drivatars seem to have no problem getting in and out of that. No
no, no,
problem.
they never have problems. Don't worry about that.
Uh,
I will say that it's so bright, like the orange and the blues, and it's just so bright. Uh, I hopped over to just the mainland, and did just a couple runs, a couple little, like a race or two, and my daughter came down and says, "Oh, you're not doing the Hot Wheels." She was all disappointed, like, "Oh, this road's gray, Dad. No, not the same." Like, get out of here, kid. So yeah, it's pretty telling that, like, the kids just love the track. Looks so good. Like that bright orange. It's so nice.
how did they must have done millions of hours of research to determine that these are the most uh, the best colors for kids or whatever because they draw them to it. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. As soon as they saw it, they're like, "Ooh, Hot Wheels!"
the
I was
cars
like,
are
"I
very
love
Hot
this." It's like,
Wheelie. The
yeah, yeah. Like, it's it's totally the expansion nobody knew they wanted, but totally loved when they got it. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
I watched Magnetron play some multiplayer today, and yeah, just like you said, it goes quickly from winning to just one mistake, and
oh yeah, yeah,
so, but trying
yeah.
to figure out, I've been just playing it, you know. Okay, what do I not have a medal in? This? Okay, so go over and I
Okay, yeah.
do that one, and this one, it's like whatever I see that doesn't have a medal, it's kind of like, so I'm not really learning the city. So when I
It's
drive,
really hard to learn the because there's so much overlay of the track too,
yeah,
that it's hard to be like I want to go here and know how to get there. It's really tough.
yeah, you would think that it's like you pick a point, like go here, and it's like woo woo woo,
Y-
woo, and
y- It's yeah,
it's like
it's
three
all around this
kilometers
place.
away.
Like, well, how the hell did I get? Why is it so far?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and fast travel to a point. Like I'm at the same time I'm trying to play so that I unlock all the roads. So that I just like to have that
That's it.
achievement.
That's a good question. How far into Hot Wheels are you?
Um, I'm in the S2 classes
Okay.
of the
Okay.
campaign. I'm
I think
trying to
is
get.
it 100 medals that
I'm
gets
trying to get
the
100 medals.
Goliath? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get 100 medals. I think I am 80. I think I reached 86 today, something like that. So I'm closing
Okay.
in on 100. But they're so easy to get, really.
They are. They are.
What's after?
I'm
What's after 100?
after 100. You do the Goliath, and then you just collect a couple more. I want to say it unlocks horns, maybe? Or is that earlier?
I
That might have
unlocked a
been
couple
earlier.
of horns.
Okay. Okay. That might have been earlier. Um, yeah. I've pretty much finished the game. I just have to do. I have one last achievement, which is finish all the championships. So it's
Okay.
every race that you do has like another like 3 races attached to it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but I'm just kind of slowly going through that, and I actually like those ones more because it's not just a class. It'll be like tuner's choice or hot hatches, and it's like, oh great, okay, cool. I can like you know pick a Subaru or something and take that in there. It's like I don't like the ones where it's so broad. I'm just like I don't know what to pick. Um, because like if you've been playing Forza since it came out and you've got a ton of cars, like when somebody says like pick an A-class car, I'm like there's like 40 of them like I want to pick like I don't know. So I kind of like it when the game says okay, it's it's a Ford versus Ferrari or something. It's like, okay, I know those. I can do that. Like I can pick those two cars. I can pick
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
from that group. Um, so yeah, yeah. Doing the championships is I like that stuff.
And Forzathon this weekend was pretty easy.
Yes.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I managed to get the 20 jump one by continually trying to get the highest score on. I was like, I landed, and I beat your
That
score.
turned into like a bit of a mess, man.
Well, I
I
mean,
think
it
I've
was a
said it.
mess mostly because you kept cheating. But that's I'm not gonna.
Cheating? What cheating?
we're
Cheating?
we're doing this with the bone shaker. This is great. Nope, he's
But
got a
you beat my score. I didn't
LaFerrari.
even have the bone shaker in that one.
He's like LaFerrari. I'm just like, and then you beat it with the LaFerrari, and I'm just like, oh, this guy with the LaFerrari. So I beat it again with the bone shaker,
No, you
No,
didn't. You
no,
beat
wait.
it with
I
an
beat
Acura.
Acura. Yeah, I beat it with the
Yes.
Acura because you were going to use the Ferrari, so I might as well use something
All right.
light than
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So I beat it, and then you
And
beat it
then I beat you again.
with a Pagani or a Koenigsegg. And
A Conan in the
I'm like, why
zigzag.
did this fucking guy know to pick a Koenigsegg? So I'm like, okay, let's see
You
the leader.
fucking started this. I brought the nuclear option. Like I went straight to the like get
Right
the
to the
big
jug.
guns.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
So I'm like, why would he pick a Koenigsegg? That doesn't seems like a good choice. I'm like, so let's look at the leaderboard. Oh, S1, Koenigsegg, Koenigsegg, Koenigsegg. I was like, okay, now I know why he picked this Koenigsegg. I'm like, all right, we're doing it with the Koenigsegg. So I'm gonna beat him with the exact same thing he had. So I beat you with that, and then it's like, ah ha ha, and I look, X class. I'm like, he's fucking just jumping. Like he's just like, he's not even trying. He's just
You
fucking.
know what? What does this Lamborghini do? What does the Centrino do? Let's take that out. Let's go. Let's see what that does. All right, then. Well, that beat it. Okay. Let me post that to Twitter.
So I make this jump, and I'm like, boom, I land. I'm like, yeah, I beat your score, and it went blink, like achievement unlocked. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, there's an achievement for beating Harris at this game, and it's just like, you did a jump 20 times, Forza. It's just like, all right, there we go.
So good. Now there's another Forzathon happening on Tuesday, and it's a 1 day only. And you can unlock a Lamborghini Huracan
Okay,
Horizon Edition car, which is a great car because it's a skills boost car.
okay.
Um,
I think I already
and
have it
you
though.
have to do some crazy jump in the airport to get it. But it's a 1 day only thing, so it's one of those things where people miss it and then they're all pissed. But yeah, that's that those cars end up going for a lot in the auction house. The Porsche 918 Spider, those are going like the buyouts on them are like 20 million, which is another thing I want to complain about. So I didn't know this until recently, but like if you make a lot of tunes and people are downloading them, or if you make a lot of liveries and a lot of people download them, you become a legendary painter slash tuner, right?
Okay.
So when you take a car and you put a tune on it as a legendary tuner and then put it in the auction house, you can sell that car for far more than what normal people can sell it for. So
Like there's a
the
limit. Like it's capped for normal
yes,
people,
so
but
so for
legendary.
example, the 918 can go for
20
like
million.
starting bid at 5 million, buyout at 20 million. So a friend of mine missed the 918. So I said, well, why don't I just buy you one from the auction house and then I'll sell it back to you. So I bought one that was 10 million as a buyout. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll just buy it as a 10 million. And then I went to go sell it to him and I said, okay, so how much do you want to buy it from me? And he's like, well, I have 2 million. I can buy it from you for 2 million. I said, all right, fine. Well, I went to go put it in the auction. The highest I could put it is 1.3 million.
Because
And I was just like, what is this nonsense? So now people are making tons of money because they're legendary tuners or legendary painters or whatnot. And so they just kind of put a couple dabs of paint on the car and be like, okay, 20 million buyout. Like it's so stupid. And on top of that, so I was like, whatever, I don't care. It's just, it's credits. I have more than I need. So I was like, okay, dude, I'm gonna put up the car for 1.3 million, and for 24 hours, so it goes down to the bottom of the list. It's like, make sure, you look for the car at that price, and like look for the car under 2 million, and my name will come up. Buy it right away. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Put it up. Somebody else bought the car.
no.
And I was just like, we're not doing that again. I'm already out 9 million. Like, no, well, I'm okay, dude. It's like, I tried. I'm sorry.
You're such a
Um,
sweetheart.
so, so, so buyer beware.
Buyer beware. You can't.
everywhere.
You got to make tunes. Is that their way
Yeah,
of getting people to
it's
make tunes?
yeah, and there's no real like I haven't found a real explanation as to how many tunes or like how many likes or anything like that that turns you into a legendary tuner slash painter. Like I have no idea, and I have no idea like where I'm at. Like, am I a freelance one? Am I a semi-pro? Like they have all these like tags, but there's nowhere that you can that I know of that you can see like, oh, okay, I'm a semi-pro tuner, or you know what I mean? Like, so I don't even know.
I'd be interested.
Um,
I wonder if that stuff transfers over from different games though. Like,
oh, I doubt it. I doubt it. I know that your liveries transfer over, but I doubt that the status does. I mean, I hope it doesn't because that's ugh.
do we even talk about how shitty the auction house is? Like what
The auction
happened?
house is trash. It's total trash. Like you can't you can put down you can put down a bid for a car. Like I'm gonna go for this car. I'm gonna get it for $100,000. And you put down the money, and then you have to wait for the bid to end. So it's like you know if there's like say 20 minutes left in the auction. I'm like, okay, 20 minutes. I'm gonna put the bid down and do a race. It's like if your race takes longer than 20 minutes, it's like you can't pause the game, or if you're just out in the outback and you're like, well, fuck, I don't want to go all the way back to the auto show just to see the last 2 minutes of this thing, or you finish a race and it says, oh, you've been outbid. Like, why can't I do it in the menu to say, okay, then I've been outbid, put another bid in? But you have to go back to the auto show to do that. It's like, why? That's so dumb.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
And things like I want to say they had this in the past that you could see the auction house outside of the game. Like they had a website and you could see the auction house out of game so that you could actually bid on something
Yeah, yeah.
outside of the game.
From the web browser and stuff.
Yeah. Because if something's ending in 5 hours, you're like, well, fuck, I'm going to be asleep or I'm going to be at work or it's like, but I kind of want to get this. Little things like saying, you put your bid in. What is your maximum bid? Like, this is your starting bid, and you will put in. I will bid up to 2 million, and after that, I'm out. So that way, if it's a long auction, at least it's like, okay, I can bid up until 2 million. So yeah, I don't know, and then the whole extending the auction at the end is a real pain in the ass.
That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I think that is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, it should just end when it ends. Like that's it, man.
Yeah. So, did you play anything else? Play anything else other than?
I played some Ocean Horn,
Okay.
which it's kind of like a light Zelda game. It's really cute and charming, and it was a nice kind of palate cleanser from everything else that we've been playing, like Battlefield and things like that. So it's like kind of finished a bunch of big games, and I just wanted to kind of do some little games, and I finished. I found all the endings to Late Shift.
Did you?
Yes. It's really good, man.
I really want.
It's like the story is kind of stupid, but I really enjoyed that game, man. I enjoyed the hell out of that game. It was really fun, and I kind of want my wife to play it just to see kind of like how she would play it. Like I'm more curious to watch people play that game now, just to see like, okay, how did they do this?
Totally.
It totally is like I want to see more people play it.
Yeah, because when I watched you play it, I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
you
there's like,
sucker.
oh, what did you do? Oh, no.
I like how you went. You were playing my style that I was playing through the first time. You were playing almost identical to me, and then you made one choice different.
And it spun out.
Yeah, and then you totally went toward the ending, and you got the ending that I had the second playthrough.
Yeah,
But
there's
it
some
was just
dark
like
endings.
it was like 75% through. You were 75% through your first playthrough before you made one choice, and it totally went down the other path. And I was just like, oh man. Um, but yeah, I a couple times I've like looked at the icon, and was just like, oh, but yeah, now, just
It's like it's at least an hour. At least an hour. I think there's a short path that's about 45 minutes, but like yeah, it's at least an hour every time you play it, right? So it's like
yeah,
okay. And you can't it's not like one of those games where you're like, well, I'll just play it for 10 minutes and then I'll put it to the side. Like, no, you're gonna play through the whole thing. You want to see it all kind of play out. So it's
yeah.
yeah.
That's you got different endings. I think most of my endings were dark, so I got to play through it again to yeah. I want to get more of those.
It's one of those games, man. It's so good. I
I
hope they make more of those.
yeah, those guys specifically because it was such a good quality game. Like
Oh,
the acting was good and the videography was good.
yeah, like all that stuff played out so well. Like I really liked it. Uh, a couple of things that I did actually last week was I finished Halo 2 on Legendary,
Nice.
and on Thursday we finished Star Wars Old Republic or not Old Republic, Republic Commando
Yes.
on the Throwback Thursday. So this week will be a new Throwback Thursday game, which I'm not sure what
You haven't
it'll be
decided
just
yet?
yet, but I haven't really decided. We'll figure something out before Thursday. I know it. I know it. So when I do my schedule, it'll just be a question mark on Thursday because I'm not 100% just yet.
I noticed. I don't know. It was a week ago, or I was playing a little bit Geometry Wars 3, and I think my daughter was going through games available for download, and Geometry Wars 2 was backwards compatible, and I'm like,
Yes.
when did
Yes.
this become backwards compatible?
Yeah. I think that was last week or the week before.
And
So good.
immediately downloaded it and have been playing it like crazy, and I fucking increased my pacifism score today.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
went from
alive. Okay.
330 million to 380 million. Added fucking 50 million to that, and I
I
fucking
don't think I got
lost.
over 100 million. I don't know if I got over 100
I think
million.
you were at 60 million, 60 something
Yeah.
million. That's
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I lost, and I was really trying. So, um, one of my friends, her husband, like we were friends on Xbox, and he had a bigger pacifism score than me.
Uh-oh.
So
And so it begins.
yeah, so it's this has been ongoing for shit 4 years. So and
I don't never
he
understand this
consistently
shit.
posts like for the past 4 years he's just been consistently posting oh it's too bad you suck at Geometry Wars, and
Holy mo,
he's
he's
been
still
really
shit posting
yeah
you
he's
for
still
4
shit
fucking years?
yeah.
God damn, son.
I'm the one that told him that he had a higher score than me, and he started shit today. Fucking beat his score, and I just like, fuck yeah!
You're
Like
goddamn
immediately
right at
taking
taking a
pictures
screenshot
and
of that,
posting
yeah.
that shit on Facebook. I'm just like, and oh man, I fucking
Like
lost.
a real adult.
Yeah, like a real, like
Take it,
like an
take it to
adult.
Facebook and give
I
him
gracefully-
shit.
Spot of tea, and I clobbered your score.
Jolly good, jolly good.
Yeah. And his best response ever. He's like, "You honestly were trying to beat my score? What are you saying? I'm pathetic? Fuck you, man."
Dislike.
The thing is,
Unfollow.
I ultimately want a trillion. I
Whoa.
I want it. I want a high score that's a trillion, and I'm gonna get there because it goes up
Well,
exponentially
the
at the point.
multipliers, yeah, it's so crazy, right? Yeah.
And
Like
even,
I bet your 380 million run was only a few seconds longer than your 300 million run,
exactly.
right? Like it's
or
because the numbers just skyrocket.
I caught more of the gems. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes, more
sometimes
of
when
the
you blow
green
them up,
tremors.
depending
Yeah,
on the if it's not quite at a right angle, you kind of miss some of them. Like you get the points, but you don't collect the multiplier gems.
right.
So yeah. So even today, like I wasn't in trouble. Like when I got that high score, I wasn't even in trouble. I just accidentally hit the fucking end of the gate. So it's just like fuck.
Oh,
And then
right,
I looked
right.
up and saw the score, and I was just like, wow, yeah. So it was like, you know what I mean? Like at some points during pacifism, when stuff starts to get like fill the screen, you're like, oh fuck, you start to struggle. I wasn't even struggling. It was just like
Wow.
I hit a couple gates. I'd pretty much emptied most of
Could
the
you
stuff.
see anything on the sides of your like any
No,
peripheral vision, or you're
no,
just like fucking tunneled in?
it's total tunnel because I don't even see the score. Like half the time, I don't even see the score. You just kind of know, like when
It's
you
like
start
it's been
hitting
going on for a
big
while, and
chunks.
there's enough
Yeah,
shit on the screen that I must be up there. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's like in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I gotta hit the left side of the screen because if I circle around one part of the area for too long, you end up destroying all the gates. But what happens is on the left side, those gates are popping and they start to overlap each other.
Yes,
So you
and they
got to
become
try to move
super
over to that side
dangerous.
of the screen
Yeah,
to pop those gates so that you you don't shut
they
those areas of the screen off.
right, and they also act kind of like bombs too, right? Like when things are close to them and the gate blows, they blow up as well.
Right.
Yeah,
So
man, that game. How much of a
it's
disappointment was 3
so bad.
after 2? Like I was so jazzed to play 3, and then it's like this. The magic is gone. Like it's just not the same. I don't know. I just
Well, not only that, but think
and like the
of
challenge mode things that they had is like I don't want to do any of this crap. Like fuck.
and then adding the little fucking little add-ons. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, oh, come on, man. I don't need this shit. Like,
No, no.
but I guess they couldn't really deliver. Like, it was them trying to
They
deliver
couldn't have
another
brought the
game.
same game, and yeah, yeah.
If they just delivered us the same game with later new graphics, we would have been like, eh.
We would have complained about that. Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly,
It's just kind of what they did give us was like, no.
what they need to do is take that multiplayer from the second one and make it not couch multiplayer.
Yes,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
if they could
That
add
would be
that,
awesome.
yeah. But I would like, I would love to see more, something like that. But the not only that, but the transitioning of the screen. Do you know what I mean? Like they made it try to be 3D. So like if you went on one side of the board kind of
Yes,
transitioned like the. It was so
I don't like
stupid.
not being able to see the whole kind of playing area. You know?
And let's not talk about hitboxes, but the hitboxes in 3 were some bullshit. Like
Yeah, yeah. Terrible, terrible.
So, yeah, I really felt like in 2 when I died, yeah, I made a mistake. Sometimes
Yes.
in 3, I'm just like, what? This
I'm not
such.
as good as you, so I was like, no, I guess I just suck. Which
Well,
you know,
I think you got higher scores than me in 3, but I'm just like I could care less. Like that's something like I don't want to play this shit.
yeah.
Even so much so that I don't really care about getting a high score in this.
I was trying to push through it to be like, okay, at some point we're gonna get something good. It's never really showed up. It was like, no.
Man, I can't believe I hadn't played that game, Jump Wars 2 in I don't know, like I haven't had it
I would imagine since like
since
the
the Xbox One
Xbox
came
One
out.
came out, right?
Yeah. So I hadn't played it in that long and it just fucking playing it now backwards compatible. I was like, oh god, this is so good. I love this game. I can play that game for just 15 minutes or I can play it for an hour. Just like something about
Yeah.
it. It's magical.
That's awesome.
I'm so glad they put. I didn't actually think that it would ever become backwards compatible because I think because you know how Xbox has their voting,
Yes.
like you can
yes.
go vote, make these ones backwards compatible. They make these ones like,
That's all like Call of Duty and Black Ops and
yeah.
yeah.
And I remember going to Geometry Wars 2 and this was like it had like 2,200 votes. And I was just like, this will never become backwards compatible.
The the backwards compatibility stuff, you have to commend them. Like I didn't think it was going to be this strong. Like I really didn't think it was going to be as good as it is. Like they've done a great job of like pulling in games and having them work and all that because like I think we all honestly thought it would be like like 50 games or so. We're like, all right,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got some backwards compatibility. Like, hey, man, they're like it feels like every week or every other week there's at least a couple games that they're adding to the backwards compatibility, and that's kind of amazing. Like,
It
I
is.
still think that's really awesome.
Now, real question: have you bought a backwards compatible game that you didn't own?
Oh, that is a very good question. No, I have not. I have considered it. My 360 library is pretty big, and so a lot of the games that come backwards compatibility, I was like, I have that on disc. But I have been thinking about buying Red Dead because I think it's going to be on super sale next week because
Okay.
there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
big backwards compatibility sale next week. I might buy that simply because it's just easier to download it and play it. Like if it's a cheap enough sale, I'm like, if it's like $5, I'll just buy it.
Did you
Um,
did you get
then
it?
look for the disc.
Did you get the DLC when it was free? Because they at one
Uh,
point I can't remember when it was, but they were like all the DLC for Red Dead Redemption was free, and then
I
just
did get a lot of the DLC. Yes, I also have the Game of the Year edition
oh okay okay
on disc, and I actually never played the horror mode that they have. I was like, I bought it just to play that, and like for whatever reason, I never played
oh
it. So
man
it's so stupid. Um, so I've been kind of meaning to get back into that and just kind of load it up. This isn't a good game, but Medal of Honor Airborne is free with EA Access, and I don't think I played that game.
I did
So
not.
that might be
I
my
think
game for
Battlefield.
Thursday.
I think Battlefield. I want to say Battlefield 3 came out when at some time around that.
Yeah, I mean, Bad Company 2, maybe.
We have to go to the internet.
Do it.
The
Do
internet
it. The
says
internet. Where's Guile?
Medal of
Where's
Honor
Guile when you need him?
Allied Assault.
Oh, not Allied Assault. Airborne.
Oh, you're right, right. When did that come out? That came out August 28th, 2007. Oh, that's around.
Okay. Bad Company was March 2nd, 2010. But what is Bad Company
August,
1?
September, October.
June 2008. What was
Call of
the
Duty Modern Warfare came out around the same time.
Oh, yeah. Well, no wonder we don't remember Airborne. Yeah, that would do it. So, okay, that pretty much guarantees I didn't play
We were
Airborne.
we were playing we were playing the beta of fucking Call of Duty when Airborne came out.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So
Then yes,
so we were
not
probably like,
not doing
no,
that.
I'm
No,
not buying that. I'm buying. Yeah,
yeah.
I did buy a backwards compatible game. I bought Skate 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
$6, and I played the first two. I didn't finish the second one, but I was just like, you know what? I really like these games, and I downloaded it, I played it, I went online and played some people online, uh, and it was just like, yeah, that was worth $6. It's one of those games that you can play. I think I'd much prefer playing multiplayer, but the single player just hasn't really done anything other than
Yeah.
uh, add walking around and climbing and stuff like that. So, but the multiplayer in that is spectacular. Excuse me.
My nephew had it, and I played it for a bit, and I'm just like, I don't see it.
don't see it?
Yeah, I was like, sure, whatever. I don't, no, I'll pass. Uh, I never could really get the stick controls. I don't know. My hands all fumbled up. I
Must be
mean, I hated the stick controls in hockey for the longest time, and I'm still not good at it. Like I still can't deke properly with the sticks, in hockey, which is probably why we lose all the time when you play with me. But yeah, yeah. So the stick controls kind of ruined it for me.
No, I think it's more that you play like a cadre rather than like a
Whew. Valid point.
the
Valid
the
point.
cadre of electronic hockey.
Are you
Because
gonna
they'll
you
start
gonna
throwing
force a
waffles at you.
suspension on me for 2 days? Oh my god.
All right, shall we move on to the news?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Um, yeah. So not that I follow this this game intently, but I was listening to the most latest Sea of Thieves podcast, and they are really hinting at the fact that this game is going to be cross-platform play. So if not only is it going to be not only when you buy it, are
Yep.
you going to be able to? It's going to be
Play
play
anywhere.
anywhere, but it'll also be not all play anywhere titles actually are crossplay, but this is supposed to be crossplay where someone on Windows will be able to play with someone on Xbox.
Yeah. I
That is
mean,
fucking cool.
I did that with I mean Forza 3 does that and it's fucking awesome.
Yes.
It's so cool that you can, it's like we've done that where some friends are playing it on PC and the rest of us are playing on the Xbox One, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a great way to keep like the population big too, right? Like
I
so
think they really will need to do that. Like it's really smart of them to do that because there's a lot of PC players and there's a lot of Xbox players, but
oh yeah.
uh, Rocket League when they implemented crossplay it was just like it just became a haven for more players because even now it's like I think at one point it was like oh there's 10,000 people online and then when crossplay was like you have 220,000 people online. It's just like
Yeah. Yeah.
this is awesome. You know what I mean? Like you're not just getting the best from one console or another. So
Yeah.
yeah, super smart. They haven't said whether it's actually gonna be in it, but they're testing it now, and I think
Well, I mean, it doesn't it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, let's look at it's a first party game, and looking at the track record, Fable Legends was a cross platform game too. Like that was a cross play as well.
yeah,
So I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
yeah. Well,
It seems like the thing that they would do when.
yeah, they say they're testing it. They're testing it now, and the goal is to have it. So that, I mean, they didn't actually.
We still don't know when that's coming out, do we?
No, other than this year sometime.
Okay, okay. More at E3.
Yeah, more at E3. Love to get my hands on it and play a bit. Just
Talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
great game, great game.
Bitter.
I hear. That's what I hear.
All I wanted was a beta key. All I wanted was a beta key.
Oh, the beta's not out yet. This is for alpha. These are
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In since the alpha.
since the alpha. So also, I guess BioWare's kind of putting the pause on Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Surprising, not surprising.
Not really surprising considering there seemed to be a lot of hate on Andromeda when it came out. And maybe rightfully so, like some of the animations and things weren't that great. But I think after the ending of 3 and how much people just hated it, you bring out another Mass Effect and people were just looking for things to shit on it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's I don't think that game could have came out and it would have been perfect, and people would still find something to shit all over it. So I that was an uphill battle. I don't that doesn't really surprise me. I don't know how sales did, but you know,
I feel like it sold well, but their profit margin probably wasn't super high. So it's like
I
this
mean
is
they were making it for a very long time,
yeah, yeah,
and I would imagine the size of the team working on it. Who knows what kind of costs they had. So it did do fairly well for a few weeks in a row. So I mean, I'm sure it did all right.
yeah.
I like that game,
I don't
and
think
it and the way it ended felt like it doesn't need a sequel. So like they set it up where it was just like a self-contained kind of story. So it doesn't have to be another like trilogy like the first trilogy was. Like
yeah, yeah.
it's just hey, it's just another Mass Effect game.
Did they say that there's more DLC come for it? Like I feel like I still read that they were gonna do some DLC for it, but that's
Uh,
about it.
you might be right.
It was more of a hey, we're not gonna do another Mass Effect game. Like they
But
didn't
was
want
the
to say they're
DLC
canceling Mass
story
Effect.
stuff or was it the multiplayer stuff?
Ooh, that I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I think that might be it. And the multiplayer stuff, I wanted to like. I just felt like the shooting didn't feel good. Uh, like it was a little jumpy. I mean, playing on the Xbox One, it was a little jumpy, aiming and stuff. Uh, and so kind of ruined you know, if it played more like Gears, like just like with the aiming and how good that feels, I probably would play a lot more of it. And I don't like the way they deal out XP in that game, so
Yeah,
that also kind of killed it for me.
the article seems to say that they're supporting it with bugs and bug fixes, but that's it.
Ouch.
Still working on patches and fixes for Andromeda's multiplayer, but that's it. Everything other than that, the studio is moving over to a new IP for Bioware.
Okay, well, hey, that's not bad.
That's not a bad thing.
At least they're not getting all fired,
Well, that's exactly it. Like,
right? Like, I mean, like, I hate to be the, optimist, but hey, at least they didn't say like this didn't work. You're all fired.
well, new IP is more exciting to hear than another Bioware game sequel. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, I mean,
I don't want to
like
drag
even
another.
even another Dragon Age. I'm like, no, no.
Yeah, dude, they could put that system into something else, like their game system into, you know, a new IP, and it has the potential to do better. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like everyone,
Yeah.
people like that massive choice options and stuff like that. So just put it in a different genre of a game, and I'm sure that'll sell well. Like there's still a lot of faith in BioWare in terms of storytelling and the ability
Yes.
to make a good game. They just need to find something that they haven't sold, you know, a bajillion copies of. Like,
Right. But I mean, the thing with BioWare is like the core group that made Mass Effect not really there anymore.
right?
Like the doctors left, there's a bunch of writers left. Like it's not the same kind of core. So like like the name, like the BioWare name still kind of like, s- you know, is it? It's a strong brand, but like the last couple outings not that great.
No,
Like Dragon Age was okay. I I kind of got bored with it and stopped playing because I was like in the hinterlands for like 20 hours and like, I still couldn't beat up a fucking dragon. I was like, all right, I'm out. And then, and as far as Andromeda was like, I enjoyed my time with it. I had a great time with it. Um, but like it seems like most reviewers were like, nah, it's okay. Sevens. It's like, so I don't know. I mean, that might leave a bad taste in the consumers' minds of like, what was the last good game they made? Mass Effect 2? A Dragon Age Origins?
I need to look up. I can't even think of a
Or
Bioware game
is
that I've played.
Origins the one that was on the Xbox One? What was the one? No, Origins is the original one, right?
Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay, yeah.
The,
Hey, I enjoyed my time with that. That was good. I know people that still play that game.
oh man, I haven't really played it. Star Wars: Old Republic.
Every year or so, I reinstall it and play it for like a couple hours, and then delete it again. One of these days, though, I will install it and I will play, and then I will pay money.
Do you know what? My thing about that is that um, I jump back and I have fond memories of my character,
Yes.
right? But at some point during a patch or whatever, they've like cleared my skills. My skill tree is cleared. They've done a patch. I don't know what I had,
Yeah.
and I don't know what I want. I don't know what I need. I don't. But I just kind of want to go back and see my character and shoot something with it. And it's like I don't know what decisions to make anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
That-
it's kind of a weird obsession in some ways with those MMOs is that that's your buddy, like that's your reflection of you, and I don't
Yeah.
know what he is, so it's like I don't want to play him.
Like I'm out. I had the same thing happen to me in Marvel Heroes, where they did like a big wipe of the skills, and it was almost like it was paralyzing. Like I was like, I don't know what to put my points into, and I don't know what these moves are, and like how effective they are, and what needs to balance what, and it was just kind of like I just stopped playing that character, and then I picked another character. I was like, I, I don't need to know. I don't need to play the thing anymore. Like I'm out, and then I just moved on to something else. So yeah, like having everything wipe. I mean, can be beneficial if you know kind of like why it was wiped and what has been changed. But you kind of go back into it and they're like, hey, things have changed. So we've given you all your points back. Figure it out. Like, now correct me if I'm wrong though. Those aren't final. You could still rearrange those, right? Or did you have to pay to get those rearranged in Elder
Well,
Republic? Because I know
well,
in Marvel Heroes
if you
you
wanted
can
to do it,
move
if
move
you
things around.
if you wanted to wipe your skills, you could pay to have them. But this was always like, hey, they did a wipe. They gave you back all your skill
Yes.
points. They did it
Yes.
for free, but
Yes.
it's like I don't remember what I had because I hadn't done
Yeah.
it so long.
Yeah.
Hey, Blues, can you?
I feel like you have to use those skills in game to be like, okay, this is the one I want to keep, or this is the one I want to put points into, as opposed to, having a bundle of points and be like, well, where should I put all this shit in? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Gadge still plays it, so he still has. You'll. I guess if you're still playing consistently, you'll know what you had,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah. And
What do you,
also, if you're still playing it, you're in the thick of it. Like you'll be getting the newsletters, and you're like, okay, I know that, they're nerfing this power up, but they're also, buffing this other one. So I need to switch the points around or, whatnot. But
you know the meta.
if you're just kind of like me, like I'm coming back into it, just be like, I'm just gonna install it again because I like that, I like the look of that game, I like the feel of that thing. Like, I'm gonna try to play as an Imperial guy this time, and then you get into it and you're just like, I don't know what any of this shit does anymore. Like I don't like.
Or or you go to the auction house and you have like 400 million credits, but you can't spend them because you have a free to play account. And
In escrow. It's all in escrow. Don't worry about it.
You're like, when you did pay and you made this, you can kind
It's
of have it back if
it's
you
kind of
want.
like the premium in Battlefield. Like, hey man, this XP is just waiting for you. If you
Yeah.
want it, just pay some money and give them to you. I'll give it right now if you want it.
Uh, good times. What else do we got? Oh, the Players Unknown Battleground.
Yes.
Sort of. I think. I feel like I hadn't. We kept talking about. Uh, it's coming to Xbox, or there's rumored to come to Xbox, but
Right.
there was an interview that they did recently that they said that it's coming to the early access preview program. And they said they're finishing up the final touches, so it sounds like it's a. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say
I'm
that.
kind of surprised this isn't an E3 kind of thing, or maybe this is an E3 kind of thing where they show the game and it's a and play it right now.
Yeah, I feel like that might be the case because they say they're doing the final touches on it, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
it feels like any time now it'll drop, but they're still not kind of confirming that it's actually coming to Xbox. They're just like,
Weird.
yeah, we're
Weird.
doing the final touches to see if we can see if we can get it. Like, we're doing the final touches to see if we can get it done on Xbox preview program. Okay, that's
Weird. That's some weird wording right there,
yeah.
but
So
okay.
it's like,
Sure.
I'll be interested to see how they modify
Yeah,
that
we
for.
talked about this of kind of like how would it translate to a controller and stuff like that. Uh, I I might pick it up on the Xbox, but I think one of the bigger things that you talked about was um, the player count
Yeah,
in game, right? Like having 100 people there, that is a pretty significant number. And I don't think if you do the same game with, I mean, even 64 is a lot, but um,
LA Times player unknown confirms.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but that's the LA's Times.
LA Times.
That's their confirmation. Oh, you son of a bitch! He rickrolled us.
Didn't click it.
I did. Anyways, so I was gonna say that's probably the LA Times interpretation of what these guys have said, but yeah, they it's pretty much a it's gonna happen. But and not only that, but the I think the thing I'm excited more for Players Unknown Battleground is that H1Z1 has been out for a really long time, and it's still the exact same map. Even though
Yeah.
the excitement sort of you never know what's going to happen every time it drops. The excitement still with Player Unknown Battleground, they're going to drop new maps, and they've already shown sketches of new maps. So it's like
Yeah.
this will be better. Not only are you dropping into an island, but and expecting the unexpected, but you're dropping into an island you don't know what it's going to be. Like you'll learn them, but at the same time it'll always be. I don't know. It keeps it refreshed. So I think
New maps and having the maps random, like random stuff in it is, I think that's key.
Yeah,
Um,
it's these guys are doing it right. Do you know what I mean? So it keeps it. Yeah, I keep jumping out of my skin every time. I hate dying. I hate dying for stupid reasons, or like the most recent game I played, I placed 17th or something, and I was dead in the middle of this circle, and I was just like, oh fuck, this is perfect. I can hang out here, and until top 10, and I was hanging out in this fucking closet, and this guy ran in, and he just like he was standing right outside the closet. I took 2 shots with my shotgun, and I point blank. There's no way I missed this guy, and I don't know what the fuck he must have been wearing, like level 3 armor or something, because I was just like,
he took it and was like,
took it,
whatever.
and then it was kind of running around. I came out of the closet, like after I'd reloaded, I came out of the closet and he headshotted me, and I was just like, for fuck's sake, he should have died. That second shotgun blast should have killed him.
Oh man.
It's like, One more round. One more round.
Now, wasn't DayZ or H1Z1 supposed to be coming to the consoles? Wasn't that like an announcement at last E3 or an E3 ago?
uh that's a good question. That's
It's
yeah.
time to set that up as a quote.
Which one did I?
um,
Yeah. Came out of the closet with my shotgun. That
came out of the closet. um, so
holding out my
uh,
shotgun.
yeah, I don't know. I find it kind of weird. Like there was a big thing, didn't they have like the one of the developers like out on stage or something like that? I want to say it was DayZ.
H1Z1 coming to Xbox and PlayStation 4 this summer.
Yeah, that hit, right?
That was in 2016, and now it's saying
Yeah.
paused. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. I think I don't know what the hell's going on with DayZ because that one hit the. Uh, that one has hit the shitter. DayZ is supposedly coming out. It looks like it's supposed to come to Xbox and PlayStation 4 as well.
Yeah. So I sometimes I get a little leery of these games coming and it's like, yeah, it's like it's in early access on Steam and it's gonna be on the Xbox next month. And then you're like, wait a minute. Is this gonna be a final product ever?
Yeah.
Um but at least with player the PUBG, it it seems like they have like a really strong base um like game there. So I see them adding more equipment and more maps, but like the actual like gameplay, I don't know if it's gonna get much more tweaked. So I wouldn't be surprised if that hits a console soon.
Uh, yeah. I agree with you on that one. What's this Steam charts? These are just the numbers. Last 30 days, average amount of players 90,000.
Good numbers, good numbers.
Peak players 174,000.
Bananas.
And that's the last 30 days. When it came out in March of 2017, peak player or average amount of players was 17,000. Now the average amount of players is 90,000. That's insane. It sold over
Yeah.
2 million copies now, right?
And what's crazy too is like a lot of the people that are playing it are also streaming it. So it's getting crazy exposure.
Yes.
Um, and it's not just I don't want to say like it's not just like YouTube personalities or Twitch or Beam personalities. It's a lot of the big publications are like getting into the PUBG stuff too. Like Waypoint is they do a show there, and the Giant Bomb guys are doing like a Murder Island thing, and like it just seems to be catching on everywhere that even like the big guys are kind of getting in on this action, where they didn't do as many kind of they didn't get as involved with H1Z1 or DayZ. Like they had played it and talked about it maybe a week or two, but they never really streamed any of that stuff and had shows around that stuff. Whereas now with PUBG, they're in it. Like it's a like a almost like a weekly routine that hey, we're gonna play this one game here for a couple hours every week. So yeah.
I think streams are more popular now compared to them. Esports is going. Yeah.
I mean that's a valid point, yeah. But I mean, it's like that's true, but like a site like Giant Bomb, which like their bread and butter is video, so you know, I don't think they were behind the times on streaming that stuff.
I think another thing about PUBG though is it's extremely stream friendly. Like
Yeah,
Forza 3 is like super hard to stream and like concentrate on chat. Where but PUBG is like there's a lot of downtime, or there's a lot of, you know, unless like I mean, uh, uh, until you get close to the end of a round, there's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of hanging out, and there's a lot of, you know what I mean. So, uh, but also that it's extremely stream friendly in terms of that the 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 chat sort of, you're watching, you're cheering for that person, and it's just like the suspense builds. Like I've
yes,
watched Magnetron play it, and as he was getting close to the end, you're just like, and he's shooting people and he's popping, ducking and weaving. And you're like sitting at your fucking desk going, "Oh fuck, he's gonna die!" Like
yeah, yeah,
like it's a total battle royale movie type of experience where it's like you're you're excited for it, and it's, everyone wants that chicken dinner, so it's kind of like
yeah.
it's
It's
exciting.
it's really fun. Like I've watched Bizzo play it a few times, and it's fun. Like it's just fun watching him get, like watching the streamer get closer and closer to to a higher number. You're like, oh shit, this is gonna be it. Don't fuck this up. Don't go in there. What are you doing now?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
god, what
yeah,
is
yeah.
that sound?
And the sounds are good too, because you that's it's when you're like standing, you're sitting in your building, you're not moving, and you hear like clomp 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 across the floor. You're just like,
Right.
oh
Or
shit.
you like hear gunshots in the distance, like, oh fuck, somebody's getting murdered there. Like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure somebody's dying there. Like, oh man.
And I don't think H1Z1 does that properly. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, it really helps bring up its popularity, like the suspense.
Yeah.
So, but I hate playing it. I feel like I've given up on playing it alone. Like I don't want to play that game alone.
Yeah, playing as a group.
Yeah, I has to be played as a group. Like I don't uh and in a group with people with mics, because when someone's running around and not talking to you, it's yeah.
Yeah, I
So
can imagine.
uh
It just seems like more chaos too when you're in a group and you're just kind of, more things can kind of spin out of control when there's like three people or four people together, and you get into a car, and for whatever happens, and the car flips over and everybody splays out of it, and it's just it can get you become more bananas.
yeah, there's less uh less less chance of getting all the gear. You know what I mean? Because you
Yes,
kind of like split up
you
and you
got
like
to share it. Yeah,
yeah, there's a couple of little drop zones now where you drop in and there's like maybe a shed or a house, which is great for single player. But if you're multiplayer and you all drop into a place like that, then there's
yeah.
nothing. There's
There's
nothing.
also like, I get the feeling like, when you're playing kind of by yourself, your encounters are just with another person. But when you're playing in these groups, like you could get, if you're separated from your group, you could get swamped by three or four guys. And that's a whole different, you know, experience. Like you're just like, oh fuck, if there's three of them out there, we're fucked. Like, we've only got pistols in here, and there's just two of us, and like, fuck, fuck, what do we do? What do we do? Where's the other group? They haven't got here yet, and uh, like that kind of stuff is, just like we said, like it just becomes way more intense, and it's, yeah.
I would love to see that to be cross-platform, or I'd even like it
Oh
better
goodness.
if they increase it from 100 to more. Like I
Oh
don't.
man, it's
Uh,
talking mag numbers now.
yeah,
256 or nothing.
256 or GTFO. Uh, let's move on to the Halo 6 news. Um,
Okay, yeah. So 343 Industries uh, has said that Halo 6 will not be at E3. So there's no big finisher with Halo 6 there. They did say that they would have something small Halo. related at E3. But the smoke on the street on that one is that it'll be Halo Wars 2 DLC,
Oh,
which like I do you even bring that up at E3? Like what?
did
I don't
you?
want to I don't want to talk shit about Halo Wars 2 because those strategy games are not my cup of tea. Like the RTSs, they're not my cup of tea. But did it really set the world on fire? Like, did
Yeah,
it sell like
that's an
crazy? Like,
interesting.
what? To me, if you if they wanted just a little bit of Halo, Halo Reach Master Chief Collection Edition, I would be fucking all over that. And I would say that that is a little bit of Halo at E3. If they came out and said, "Hey, Halo Reach is going to be another DLC for the Master Chief Collection." Boom,
Oh,
I'm in. Give it to me. Give it to me.
do you
I would
think
be right in there. I'd fucking throw my wallet through the TV. Probably my favorite Halo. Probably my favorite Halo. Reach was fantastic.
they man, would that breathe fire into Master Chief Collection though? Like
You know,
we
okay, so
so but
I
this
played
brings up
through
the
Halo 2 and I went to multiplayer because I was like, yeah, what the hell? Let's see if like, who would be playing this game still? Got into a room. I got like a minute or two later, I totally got into a room. I did not expect it to happen, but there's people still playing it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I I
Oh,
I, I think
I
I'd
mean,
still
it's never
stick
going
to
to
my
happen because I think they want to distance themselves from Master Chief Collection as far as they can because of all the hoopla that went around it. But
I I
I would fucking jump right back in if they announce that. He'd jump right back in, and
I,
I'd be buying battle packs for it and whatever. I don't care.
I don't think I would follow your suit. I think I'd stick
Oh,
to my guns and be like, you know what? No more of these fucking remasters.
no, no, but
Uh,
but it's part of the collection.
it,
I need it.
I have Halo Reach as backwards compatible. It looks fucking fantastic on Xbox One as backward compatible game.
Fine,
I'm
fine, sure, fine, fine.
yes,
Yes.
Stace. Halo Reach is out. I need to get it in
Halo reaches
4K.
out. The TV's broken. We gotta get a new one. Come on, hook me up.
I don't know how much TVs cost.
What do TVs
Honey.
cost now? I don't know. I'll put it on the Visa. You worry about it.
uh,
Oh my god.
uh,
Uh,
so
yeah,
is that
that would be exciting.
is that a disappointment that they're gonna not show Halo 6 at E3? Like,
I don't know if it's a disappointment. I'm surprised by it. Because I mean, enough time has passed since Halo 5 that another Halo game would be all right. I think people are ready for it, but I mean, I, I'm surprised it's not there. But also kind of hopeful that like, hey, maybe they're taking their time with this, and the end product will really excel for it. So
yeah,
we gotta wait and see.
I think sequels are have to be. I think consumers are starting to better uh spend their money better or be more conservative about throwing money at sequels. This whole, I mean, we've talked about it before, but this whole strategy of trying to release a sequel every year around the same time is
Yes.
um even though
Yeah,
Call
I'm
of Duty's
sure at
lost
some
numbers.
point it has diminishing returns. Yeah. The problem is making a new IP is expensive and risky. So like I understand it from that point of view, but we can't be having like Halo 15s and stuff like that. Like at some point people are just gonna be like, okay, I get it. We're gonna kill the Covenant and maybe another alien race, but that's about it. Like, uh, it just gets tiresome, and you spin your wheels so much. I mean, look at Call of Duty. It's like they've done so many advanced warfares, or like so many modern warfare. Then they were like, well, this one's not modern. It's a little bit ahead modern. That's a little bit more ahead. Now it's advanced. Now it's future. Now it's infinity. Now, you know what? Let's go back to World War II.
Well, they're
It's
saying
like-
if I'm looking at these statistics, Infinite Warfare on PlayStation 4 sold 7 million units, right? And
Okay.
Black Ops, or sorry, Infinite War, Modern Warfare 3 on PlayStation 3 sold 13 million units. So like
Damn.
that, it's already kind of an idea of like those numbers, like that stuff's coming down. Advanced
Yeah.
Warfare was 7.7 million. Like even that's dropping. Do you know what I mean? Like they're still. I mean, that's a great selling game regardless. So you can't look
Yeah.
at 5.5 million or 7.1 million units and be like, oh, well, we kind of failed. But like considering what it was selling before, it's half the numbers it was selling before.
Right.
So they have to. They have to know that their numbers, like they have to do something to reinvigorate that franchise. And World War
World War
II.
II is it. World War II is it.
I think
They have piqued my interest,
yes.
but I will not pay $70 for that game.
Me neither. Yeah.
Especially when I'm just going to play the 5-hour campaign and probably 2 hours of the multiplayer before I'm like, fuck this. I hate everyone
Now,
that plays this game.
would it be a system seller if or not a system seller? Would it be smarter for companies to release those as two separate games? What if they released
Oh, like,
separate?
well, I mean, if they did that, I would buy the single player game for sure.
It was $45 for single player.
Oh man, 45. If it was $39.99, I would buy the single player game. 45. You hit it's a number a bit too high, I think.
Well, how do you feel about
Even
that?
if it's just $5, I think it's just a bit too high.
That was the same thing with Hot Wheels. Like when Hot Wheels, I was like $19 for or $19.99 for Hot Wheels,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
I
ooh, I was like, oh, that's totally in. And then when I saw it was $25 because it was Canadian, it's just like,
if it was
still
if it
buying it, but
was yeah, I think Chaz says it right. 45 is too much for a game that you're going to play once, maybe twice at a harder difficulty. Like that's a lot of money, man. Especially because we know like a Call of Duty campaign is it's gonna be like 6-7 hours long tops.
yeah, but
Like
don't you think that
that's a lot of fucking money for 7 hours, man.
But don't you think that scripting takes more time than the fucking multiplayer game? The multiplayer game
Sure,
is like
sure.
draw
Well,
some
it's not like the
hitbox,
multiplayer game is
some
just kind of
huge hitboxes around the characters, develop a couple of
gotta
maps,
get them headshots. Gotta get them headshots.
make
I
some
gotta do my no
maps,
scope
and then
somehow,
that's
right?
it. The multiplayer
Um,
sells that game, but it is the development, the story, and the animation behind the story is where the more of the development cost comes from.
I guess. But if it was 35 each, I think that would be a better deal.
But that wouldn't
The
even
number is fucking going down more and more. You know what? $30 each in.
$29.99.
29.99. Throw me a bone. If I buy both of them together, I'll get like extra skins for my multiplayer guy.
Oh God, skins.
Or give me like an XP boost for the first 2 days of the game if I buy the bundle.
But you got to pre-order the bundle for that.
Well, you got the only way to get the bonuses is if you pre-order the bundle. I mean, come on, let's not talk crazy talk here. Yeah, follow us on Twitter. Join the conversation. Call of Duty World War II.
World War II. Oh, yeah, I don't.
You know what though? I also think there's only a handful of games that could pull that off. Like Call of Duty is one of them that I think could could do that, where it's like we're just going to sell you the multiplayer game, we're just going to sell you the single player game, or like a bundle for both, and they could get away with that. But I don't know that, like, can Battlefield do that?
No.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, Battlefield really is. No one gave it. I would love to see numbers behind how many people played the single player. I can highly doubt that. Like, what do the achievement numbers look like on? You know what I mean? Like, you can even look at that,
Yeah.
and it's like if
I
got
think
an
when I
achievement,
finished mine, I think all of them were rare, I want to say.
yeah,
So
no one's playing the single player, and
yeah.
so ultimately they're getting away charging you $90 for a game that you're only playing multiplayer anyways. Yeah,
Yeah, but Blues, you're not alone. Yeah.
only Battlefield standard I liked was Bad Company 1 and 2.
Yes. Bad Company 1 and 2 were fucking awesome.
I never played them.
What? Dude, those games are good. I remember playing Battlefield Bad Company 2, like the multiplayer. I played a bunch of that with Tim. And he was always a fucking sniper, and it was like, we gotta take the point. He's like, no, 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 man, I'll cover you. Like, you're not gonna fucking cover me as a sniper, man. So of course I would run in and get killed, and he's like, man, I got like 17 hits in sniper. I'm the best sniper. I'm like, God damn it, I hate this guy. But super, super fun when that shit worked, and like things were exploding left and right. Like, that was a good Battlefield game. Really good Battlefield game.
Maybe I should throw back Thursday that and play it.
I think it's an EA Access game, man.
Is it?
Yeah. We should do that. I would totally play that with you. Maybe instead of Battlefield 1 this week, we play Battlefield Bad Company 2. Do you think we'd find games?
Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 have been added to EA Access after getting
Boom.
backwards compatibility. This was the beginning of January. Yeah.
Chaz, when do you think they would announce Bad Company 3? Would that be at E3, or do you think it hasn't been long enough since Battlefield 1 came out? Because I don't want it to be like a Hardline, because Hardline was like, it felt like a mod and not like a real, like a Battlefield game, you know? Like, so I wouldn't want Bad Company to come out so soon and it's just kind of like, oh, the fucking B team was working on this one, like, oh, not good. Because I really have a great fondness for Bad Company 1 and 2, that I want 3 to be like something special. Like, take the 2 years, like, make it work.
Yeah, but that's a dice game? Like Bad Company's a dice game?
Yeah. An E3 for sure, but I want it to be a 3+ year build cycle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a great point. The 2-year build cycle is not long enough.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No need. Yeah, I agree with Blues. No need for zombies.
In Call of Duty, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or anything.
In anything. God damn, son. What about zombies in Dead Rising? Is that all right, or should we take those out too? Are we down on zombies?
Zambies?
Zambies? I need new monsters. Okay, here. All right. Stop me if you heard this before. So there's these monsters, and they can turn into bats. Okay, and they drink blood. Okay, and
but there's only one Dracula, so why would you have a game full of Draculas?
You know, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a fucking awesome game on the original Xbox. I'm just
Oh my
saying. I'm throwing that
god.
out there. The game was great. Let's bring back Buffy. What's wrong with that?
Buffy's a problem. Sarah Michelle
Fine,
Gellar, she's the problem.
fine. She's, she's the chosen one.
I think we just need a really good Pirates
Oh
game
shit.
where people
Chaz
sail.
brings it up. I think they should go to ninjas, not zombies. Could you imagine fighting ninjas? That'd be awesome. They'd pop out of everywhere. I think we're onto something here. Send that letter to yourself or tweet it back to yourself. Ninja's the new thing. TM.
Ninja Gaiden comes out. Ninja Gaiden
There you go.
Black, Call of Duty, Ninja Gaiden Black.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Single player only, $33.
32.50. 32.50.
32.50.
34.50.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
With
With
DLC.
of course with DLC, of course.
Seasons Pass is another
Seasons
$65.
pass. All the costumes are downloadable. Come on now.
Oh, loot boxes.
Blind
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 boxes.
boxes. You
Yeah.
would not, every time you level up, you'll get one blind box, but you'll never get the thing you want. We'll have two different types of blind boxes, the gold ones and the premium ones. Premium ones you can't buy with in-game credits. You have to spend real money, but they get better loot. And then the gold ones are just kind of like whatever.
Maybe you'll get an uncommon card.
Oh, yeah,
Uncommon skin.
Chaz, you're right. 45 due to the royalties. It'd have to. I mean, that's two people you got to pay.
Well, the season pass would be $60, and then you'd have to have premium with friends.
There you go. What are we doing? We should be in. We're in the wrong business, man. Like, we're rolling in cash, rolling in it.
We got to come up with. We can't just be the marketing guys. You need to actually have the
No,
people to make
no.
the game. We can't just hype it up. For the hype guys.
I'm the hype guy. Yeah. Put me in your corner. I'm your hype guy. I got this.
Success.
Success.
How long has it been since Battlefield 2 came? Bad Company 2 came out.
Oh, 2010.
2008.
Bad Company 1 was 2008, wasn't it? Didn't we just look this up?
We looked up Airborne Assault or whatever, and that was Call of Duty.
Bad Company 2, 2010, March 10th. And Bad Company 1 was 2008.
So
So it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
So is it overdue, or like does people not like what differentiates Bad
I
Company
think-
2 from other Battlefield games? Like why?
I think the characters really seal the deal in Bad Company 2 as far as like the single player goes. They were goofballs. They were the A team essentially, you know,
So like Ghost
but
Recon?
goofier. No, they like I feel like the banter they had was like Ghost Recon has like wooden banter back and forth. Like it's there, but it's yeah, like the ending of Bad Company 2 is a bit of a cliffhanger. It totally they could totally make another one. I don't know why they wouldn't. Like, did it not sell well? Did it not review well? I don't know. I thought it was liked all around. I don't know that it why it wouldn't come back.
It only on
Here we go.
Xbox 360 it sold. No, globally for 360 it sold 3.5 million units.
Okay. It's not Call of Duty, but you know,
It's not Call of Duty numbers.
yeah.
And you can,
Yes.
it's perfect. Trump could be in Alaska.
Oh shit! What? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Trump could dude, we could just write the script right now. I mean, like this stuff writes itself.
Oh man, that sounds so.
We
So
should we should play
is this
some we should play some Bad Company.
is it single player like there's a co-op campaign?
Oh, I don't think it's a co-op campaign. I don't think so. But you should play that as your throwback game. That would be a fun game to play, man. It's a really good game.
Yeah, Jen said the same thing. She really liked Bad Company too. And
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never played it, so
It's super fun, man. It really is super fun.
what did it sell? Did it sell? Did it? Wasn't it on PC as well?
Pretty sure it was, yeah.
It's saying oh, yeah, it sold 3 million on PlayStation 3 as well. So I mean, it's good numbers. 3 million
Yep.
copies at whatever, $50 a
Yeah, and it's Metacritic scores is like 88. That's good numbers. Those are good numbers.
yeah, but what are the what is bad? What is Battlefield?
Oh, I don't know.
They must. The other thing about that is that those games came out. You know, like I think more people are buying games now than back then. No, Battlefield 4, 3.6 million units for PlayStation 4.
Well, that doesn't surprise me though, because that was a launch title,
Yeah.
right? So,
So, anyways,
and were those ones cross-platform? Was there a PS3 and a PS4 version of that game,
I think there
or
was a
was that?
PlayStation. I think that was because I remember we
Yes,
bought the Xbox 360 version and got the upgrade,
and traded up. Yes.
traded it up for the upgrade for the Xbox One or
Was
something.
that Battlefield or was that
It's Battlefield 4,
Call
I
of
think.
Duty?
Oh, it's Battlefield 4.
All right, I believe you.
Believe.
Believe.
2010.
I will believe. Yes.
All right, well, let's wrap this up.
All right.
That was episode 15. Nailed it. Legendary. As always, we do this every Sunday, or try to. Every Sunday around 9:30 on Beam. Here at I'm beam.pro/Gwildor, GWILD0R, and of course my compatriot Zorbsy, beam.pro/ZORBIS. ZORBSIE. I did 15 of these. We've been friends for a while.
We
I
know how
should
to
know
do
how to
it. We
spell.
can do this. It's fine. I mean, they can see it. It's right there.
Zorbsy streams every morning, 10 a.m. to usually about noon,
Noonish. It's when I get hungry.
Monday to Friday. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So feel free to drop by, check us out. We're also on Twitter. Twitter, same handles, and we're also members of the Shed team. This is a new group of Beamers that we support. Beam.pro/the Shed. And anyways, guys, thanks for joining us, and as always, we'll see you around. Peace out. Where's your mother?
Catch you later, folks.